In this episode, nutrition is your anchor. So how do you approach it? This is going to be a good one.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 611 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, jackcast, pumpcast, nipplecast, and coffeecast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. And as you can see, I got rid of that big black thing so we can talk a little bit more. I used to do it this way. Let's see how we like it. That way you can see my face. That way it's not weird. It's not like I'm talking through the mask like fucking Darth Vader. So welcome everyone to episode 611 of the Daily Sleazy. Those of you that are watching live on Facebook and on Instagram, remember you can catch all the episodes on Facebook and also on YouTube. Let me get this ball organized. Gotta get ready. So today we're gonna get yoked from our head to our feet because I feel like going nutritionally balls deep. So we're doing some taint knowledge fisting, and I'll also drop some knowledge nukes. So those of you that prefer radiation and nuclear fallout, you have that. And those of you that prefer hardcore XXX knowledge pornography, we have that too. So I got everything for you on the Daily Swole. I have everything. This is a one-stop shop. You get the beard, unkempt, of course, because Sundays we don't groom beards. I'm going scraggly today. So let's say hi. Andy McPherson on Instagram. What up, Home Slice? Oliver, what up? Eric, Robert, the crew is here. And remember, if you're constantly missing the Daily Swole, first off, unacceptable. And second off, make sure you turn your notifications on. So on Instagram and Facebook, you have two options. I shouldn't say two options. I'm sure you have multiple options, but you have to turn on your post notifications. So if you're on Instagram, you got to go to the triple dots in the top right and turn on post notifications. And on Facebook, you go to the top of the page, at least on the desktop. On mobile, I'm not sure what you can do because sometimes Facebook mobile is a lot different than desktop. So if you know how to do it on mobile, make sure you comment because most of you watch this stuff on mobile. Make sure you turn on post notifications there too and put it as a priority on Facebook. That way you get notified. Because I'm getting a lot of people saying, oh my God, finally you're doing your Daily Swole again. And this is not just a live, but just in general. I'm like, yo, I'm fucking posting videos or that you're finally posting videos again. I post way too many videos every fucking day. Thank you for saying my name. Say my name. What's better, regular bacon or turkey bacon? Well, only one of those is a thing, so there's your answer. Days lost are gains lost. I like that. Sunday fun day. So make sure you ask some questions, drop some questions in the comments. I will take as many as I can. Let me just set the framework. It's nutrition day, and I know all of you probably have a ton of nutrition questions, so this is always a popular type of episode. So nutrition, how do you set the framework? So I'm doing a lot of messages right now. I'm answering a lot of questions. My DM on Instagram and here on Facebook is fucking blowing up, but I love it. And of course, it's always, about nutrition. It's mostly about nutrition. Most of you have nutrition issues or are struggling with nutrition or you don't know where to start. So those of you that are watching that are already in Swolenormous X, you already know a lot about this because we've talked about the elimination diet. And a show of hearts and thumbs, how many of you have caught the Best Year Ever workshop? Because some of these concepts are going to be familiar already when we talk about the elimination diet. We talk about eliminating food. So let me explain a little bit more, get a little bit more, in depth for whatever time we have today that I can go into, but why the framework is important and why setting the stage is important. And I'm always asked about diet plans. What's a good diet plan? Do you have diet plans? Do you have nutrition plans in Swolenormous X? And there's a reason specifically why I don't have diet plans. Because those things are inherently faulty, and I'll explain why. There's no way that anyone on earth can design a diet plan for you without you doing it yourself, without you putting in the hard work yourself. And the reason why is because you are the only one that has access to your body. And I know what the hell does that mean? I'm going to get to it. What that means is you're the only one that can run the tests necessary in order to figure out the actual results. So if you go to anyone, to any so-called fitness expert, to any so-called nutritionist that's going to write you something, oh, let's restrict calories here and let's do this like that and eat these foods and eat 1 cup of this and 6 ounces of that, you're going to have a lot of fucking mishaps. You're going to have some hits, and there's a reason why there's some hits, because it's going to work for some people. But if you go into a room with a dartboard and you get 100 darts, and someone turns off the light and says, hit that dartboard as many times as you can, and you take the darts and the lights go out and you just throw it at the wall, you might land a couple, right? You might even hit a bullseye. But there's also going to be ones that are sticking out of the fucking ceiling. There'll be ones that are on the side. There are ones that are going to fall out and hit the ground. So it's a very hit or miss. That's why you have some people that love diet plans, that do diet plans, that believe it. And those people that see other people getting some success with these pre-made diet plans, they go hunting. And they go and they try to buy up every diet plan, trying to find what works for them. And they keep on getting discouraged, right? So comment below if you've had discouragement from doing a diet plan. Have you? I mean, comment below. I'll get to a couple questions, like I said. If you have been discouraged by a nutrition plan, it's because it was designed to discourage you. And that doesn't mean that it was designed to, that doesn't mean, seriously, it doesn't mean it was designed to discourage you by the person who made it. But it's inherently flawed, the process of it. So the process of actually designing a diet plan is inherently flawed because that person does not know your body. They do not know your body. They do not know what is right for you. If you don't take fucking responsibility, it all comes down to taking fucking responsibility. If you take responsibility for your body and for your fitness, you can't lose. I'm telling you, if you take fucking responsibility, you cannot lose. It's when you start putting on other people. It's when you start putting it on me. It's when you start putting it on James, on Mike, on whoever trainer or whatever. It's when you start putting the responsibility on other people, that's when you lose. So even though I have amazing information, even though people in this community have had amazing results with fitness and nutrition, amazing results, fucking night and day, you can check my profile. It's because that individual took responsibility for their outcome. So that's why I have a lot of information. That's why I teach you how to fish. That's why I teach you how to do it. That's why I teach you and educate you about your body. That is why this process works, because it is your process. It's your journey. I will not bullshit you and tell you, eat these things, it's good for you. I barely even like talking about what I eat, because then people get jaded and people get that illusion about this must be right for them. And then they're going to copy me. Don't copy what I eat. Listen to what I say. Educate yourself based on what I'm teaching you, and let's figure out what's best for you together. That's the family. That's the community. That's what we do in Swolenormous X. That's what we do here. That's what we do. We do it together, but you have to put in the work. You're the one that has to eliminate the foods. You're the one that has to eat the foods. You're the one that has to fucking buy the foods. You're the fucking one that has to go cook the foods. You're the one that has to do all that. You're willing to do all that. This is what happens when you buy a diet plan. You're willing to go buy the food. You're willing to buy the diet plan. You're willing to go buy the food, drive there, cook it, eat it, but you're not willing to eliminate inflammatory foods for a period of time, to reset your antibodies, to reset your sensitivity, to really figure shit out if that's right for you. Like, it's not that much more work. It's really not. You just have to take you have to take the strategic approach. It's the tactics. You have to actually approach your nutrition from the foundation. You have to understand that you know absolutely dick shit about your body. If you have never done an elimination diet, if you have never eliminated highly inflammatory foods, highly lectin content foods, if you have not, highly allergenic foods, intolerant foods, if you have not done a systematic fucking elimination and expunge these things from your nutrition, then you know absolutely zero about your body. That's the thing. You know zero. You don't know a little bit, you know nothing about your nutrition. And some of you might have, you might be commenting or you might be thinking to yourself, well, I've had great results and I've never done that. Well, maybe you could have had better results. Maybe you're still having problems. Maybe that joint pain is because, or that elbow pain, or that chronic inflammation, or that tendonitis that keeps coming back. Maybe that's because of one of the foods that you're eating. Your body is attacking itself. Just because you lost 20 pounds doesn't mean you're not consuming inflammatory foods. So when you are approaching your nutrition, you need to take responsibility for figuring this fucking shit out. And that's the beauty of it. That gives you the power. A lot of you just want a fucking answer. There is an answer. You have to fucking do it yourself. I will help you. I will guide you. I'll explain it to you. I will show you the process. I will show you. You can join my community. We can fucking do it together. But you still have to do it. So when you take responsibility for those successes and those failures, it becomes easier. You start learning. You start paying attention. You start understanding that every decision you make is going to affect the outcome. Every single decision that you make is going to affect the outcome. And guess what is key about that sentence? Every decision that you make, Facebook, Instagram, everyone else, the decision that you make, the decision that you make is going to affect the outcome. You, not me, not your trainer, not your coach, not your mom, not your fucking dog. You. Your decision. If you want to cheat and you want to have that pizza, it's your decision. It's not the friend of yours that's like, saying, come on, take a bite, take a bite. No, if you take a bite, unless they have a gun to your head and say, eat this or I'll shoot you in the brain, it's your fault. That's literally it. It's always your fault. And that's not a bad thing. That's absolutely 100% empowering, because if you realize how much control you have over your diet, that you're not subject and you're not at risk, you're not vulnerable. You're not vulnerable. If you buy a diet plan, if you said, Papa Swole, I want a diet plan. I said, here, $50, and I gave you a diet plan. You're vulnerable. You're vulnerable. And I'm a piece of shit because I lied to you and I took your money. That would be the difference. So you're vulnerable because you are dependent upon that diet plan, that piece of paper, that PDF, that spreadsheet, whatever the hell it would be. You're dependent on that. So all of a sudden you go on vacation and then you don't have those same foods and then you're fucked because you don't know what your body reacts to. You were following a list. You're doing 1 cup of white rice and 1 cup of this and, 7 ounces of steak. And this fucking map, as if anyone knows your body, as if we're all the same. You have no idea how different every single human being is. We got arms and legs. Everything else is fucking different because we each have a completely unique profile of trillions of bacteria in our gut. It makes us each an absolute individual more than you could ever realize. And I don't care if it's not your family. It's the nurture. It's the 30, 40, 50 years of cultivating and growing this bacterial garden that makes you unique. So there's no diet plan on earth that can be designed for you unless you put in the work to figure this out yourself. So it takes effort, but what doesn't take effort? If you're not willing to do this, then you really don't want results. I'm sorry. I don't care what you say. I don't have time. You have the time. But money is tight. You're eliminating foods. You're fucking streamlining. You're buying less shit. If you have a cell phone, you can watch this right now. You have enough money to do an elimination diet. You have enough money to exercise. If you have a cell phone that can connect to 4G and watch me live stream, you have the ability to fucking do this shit. So stop making excuses. Stop being a bitch. Stop being a pussy. Stop being a man pussy. Stop fucking lying to yourself and saying that you want something and then doing absolutely nothing about it. If you're not willing to go this extra mile and do this, then you don't really care that much. And that's just plain and simple. And sometimes it's hard to admit that you don't really care because you're tricked into thinking that you need to care. So then you start believing that you actually care. And then you think that you care. But unless your actions match your words, you don't care. right? If you tell someone you love them all the time and then you do actions that say the opposite, eventually you don't believe them. You're like, you don't fucking love me. You're doing X, Y, and Z. You give them a chance, him or her. And then eventually you start seeing the pattern and the words stop meaning something, right? It's the same thing about relationships. It's just people. And if you have, it's even more so than that. It's relationships between people, but you have a relationship with yourself, your conscience, and you have a relationship within your own consciousness. So how you relate to yourself. If you tell yourself something enough times without acting, you don't believe yourself. You don't trust yourself. And then you just, everything, but you don't notice it, right? It's different because it's you. No. It's you talking to you. It's your own internal monologue. So if you tell someone something enough times, like the boy who cried wolf, eventually you're not going to get help and then you're going to get eaten by the wolf when it's really, pertinent. So this is one, and I like these comments. Definitely make some comments below. If you've tried one of these cookie cutter diets, what has your result been? And that's just literally the answer. If you've had results, you got lucky. You got fortunate. You're one of the fortunate ones that had results. If you're not getting results, why not? Because it wasn't right for you. Well, why'd you buy it then? Well, because you didn't have the knowledge. I get it. But now with Google, now with all this technology, there's almost no excuse not to have the knowledge, but I understand because there's a lot of noise. Everyone's got a voice, and when everyone has a voice, a lot of the bullshit rises to the top because a lot of people scream. A lot of stupid people scream. A lot of stupid people market and put things in your ear. Only $49.99. That's why I do that membership rate, because I'm not going to charge you hundreds of dollars. I want you to become a part of something that's growing. I want you to invest in yourself. And that's why Swolenormous X is the membership, because it's a community, it's a family, and it grows. And I want you to grow within yourself. I want you to grow with yourself. I want you to develop as a person, and I want you to learn. I want you to actually be invested psychologically and prove it to yourself. I want you to be a part of something that's actually taking shit seriously. It's that approach. And there's too much just, do this, do that. It's okay to not have the exact answer when you start a fitness program. It's okay not to have the exact answer when you start a nutrition program, as long as the approach is the systematic testing and the systematic or the systems to figuring that out, what's right for you. So I am hell-bent on helping each and every single one of you figure out what's best for your body, not for my body, not for the person sitting next to you, for your body. Because if I can help you do that, you don't need a diet plan. You're not gonna need to fucking count calories. Like I always say, if you're eating the right shit, you don't have to count shit. And I stand by that until I fucking drop dead. You don't have to run around counting calories. If you're eating the right shit, your body will tell you when it's enough, and it'll work for you, especially if you're trying to lose weight and get to your normal healthy weight. That's just facts. All right. Hello, greeting from Venezuela. Admired you, job, muscle, incredible, flex arm. Well, thanks, Alex. I love it. Daniel Tynes on Facebook. I followed one of those cookie cutter diets, promised 6 pounds of lean muscle mass in 2 months. I lost weight. It was terrible, expensive. It was before I discovered Papa Swole. Yeah, and 6 pounds of muscle in 2 months. About 3 pounds of muscle mass is like the natural human limit per month. If you're doing everything perfectly, and if you're fortunate to have like the response, you get 3 pounds of muscle mass. That's a ton of muscle mass. 3 pounds doesn't seem like a lot because it's 1, 2, 3. It's a small number for us. 3 pounds of lean muscle that your body's adapting to maintain is a shitload of fucking muscle. That's a lot. That's a lot. Maybe 3 pounds in like 4 months or 5 months if you're doing everything perfectly. Benjamin Hick, blood labs from the doc. Blood labs from the doctor guided me into my elimination diet. I ended up basically paleo, and I still eat essentially that, but it really is different for everyone. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. No, I'm not apologizing for the truth. You have to want it. Knowledge can only take you so far. It requires action. Wayne Gilbert on Facebook. Absolutely. We got some comments on Instagram. Instagram's like a lot of transients. It's like, join. Instagram, just people like lurk. 25 Burnsy. Can I eat a shit ton of food / protein to add mass and still burn fat at the same time? If you're a cyborg or you're in a dream state. No, you can't eat a shit ton of food, gain mass, and then shred. unless you're taking a shit ton of anabolic steroids, but then you're going to have other side effects and issues down the line, potentially. So, no, that's an unrealistic pulling from both ends of the spectrum myth. You're not going to be able to build a ton of muscle and shred fat. The reason why all these people you see on Instagram that are fucking veiny, muscular, and like absolutely shredded, not like defined like me, not like shredded like, oh, I'm cut. Anyone that's in the field knows that I'm not taking anything artificial. But when you see people, and that's what fucking pisses me off, I'll end with this. I've been seeing a lot because it's New Year's and stuff and everyone's diet plans and resolutions and stuff. I've been seeing a lot of posts from, I forget his fucking name, but he's like, oh, redefining nutrition, blah, 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 get this diet plan, shred fat now. And he's like drinking like from a water bottle and this guy is fucking juicing. It's so obvious. And he's talking about how, follow me, I'll help you with nutrition, transform. It's just fucking skeezy and it's bullshit. Because when you're taking things like that, you can get away with stuff and you can get results that are unrealistic. And it's annoying. It's really fucking annoying. And it's inauthentic and it's absolute fucking fraud, essentially. Because you're not being transparent with people and you're not giving people the information that they don't even know that they need. They think it's possible. I think it's possible to be super fucking vascular and super fucking lean naturally all the time and look pumped. No, it's not possible. It's not possible in most cases. Are there genetic freaks? To a point. To a point. But most of the people you'll see on YouTube and on Instagram that claim that natural bullshit and are promoting diets and supplements are so full of fucking shit because they can hide behind their phone and their keyboard. So don't fall for the hype. Don't fall for the bullshit. Look for truth and always trust your instinct. If it smells like bullshit, most likely it's probably coming straight out of the fucking bull's ass. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 611 of the Daily Motherfucking Swole. Remember, if you want more nutrition information, free of charge, if you didn't check out the Best Year Ever workshop, make sure, just like Laura Rudzer said, my free workshop, just go sign up and you can watch it on demand within a few minutes. Just go to my link in my Instagram profile and the post description here on Facebook. You can find the Best Year Ever workshop. If you have any problems finding it, just send me a direct message on Instagram or message me on Facebook and I will send you a link. But I go over the best approach for 2018 and I cover a lot of concepts in the elimination diet that can get you started. Okay? So peace McGee's, deuce Magoose. Thank you so much for joining. Love you guys. Out. All right, fam. Thanks for joining. Love you, love you, love you.